everyone, and welcome to our first episode of The Sequin Sisters. As you can see, we are wearing our sequins today, representing. I am your reality TV expert, Christy Ercolino.
And I am her faithful and loyal co-pilot co-host, Dion McCrae.
And today we are getting into the nitty-gritty of the Real Housewives of Potomac. So, Dion, are you happy that they kept the same cast? They pretty much, they did. They brought back everyone from last season.
I have mixed emotions. I was hoping, I was disappointed that Robin came back because in general, I think she's boring, along with Giselle. But we can talk about that later. But I'm hoping as the season goes on, we find out what's going on with Robin and why she hit it. Or my third option is they let her come back so the rest of the cast could just badger her and dog her the whole season for keeping her secret, and then charging people to hear what the secret was.
Yes. I guess I was a little surprised that here we go. We start everything with Robin and Juan and his, cheating scandal, right? I don't know. I was actually surprised that Robin came back just because I would think that would be some kind of violation of a Bravo contract. You're supposed to be showing your real life. And if you're keeping things from everyone, and yes, to your point, charging for that info. Yeah. But can we just talk about Juan in the nail salon and in the laundromat? Out of all places, like, how are you just hanging out with some other woman in the laundromat and the nail salon? That's just not a normal hangout.
But the best part is Karen was right. She does look like a mini Karen.
Oh,
okay. And I think she was the assistant coach in the laundromat. She did look like her. I don't understand. You're a public figure. You play professional sports. You know how it goes. You've gone to hotel rooms where you're playing sports and some chick was in your hotel room in your bed. So why would you expose yourself, your family, or just risk it? So I don't know what the deal is with that man.
He said he just didn't care. Said, I'm not going to stop living my life. But when your life is hurting other people, your family, I don't think that's the right thing to do.
Okay. So the question is, think about it. You're in that situation with Robin and you have a husband who's like, I'm going to do whatever I'm going to do, which means it could be embarrassing, bloggers, pictures, whatever. You also have two boys. Would you stay or would you quit the show?
I think at this point, since it is their second time around, I think, to kind of what she's doing now, right? She has to just be all in, fully committed. They had the divorce, then they got remarried. It's just such a back and forth. It's like if she leaves now, I guess she's like, I gotta put it all down. I just have to be 100% in, back up my man no matter what.
Would you stay on the show? Since your husband's not going to change his behavior and there could be more stuff.
Okay, I think because Robin really doesn't have much money, Robin has to stay on the show.
We'll call her broke.
Didn't she not pay taxes and all that kind of stuff? And then now it sounds like now it looks like she has this big, beautiful home. Does she really own the home? I don't know. Good for her for starting her hat line. Those hats are super cute. I actually want a hat. But I don't know. Are hats really paying the bills? I'm not sure.
Okay, good point. Sometimes you got to do what you got to do to pay your rent. Okay.
And also, I think people like the spotlight, right? Once you have a little taste of that, I think it's just kind of addicting.
I can buy that. Okay.
Can we just take a moment though? Karen. Her and just the wigs. They're even worse in person.
Just tell me all right now. Rip the Band-Aid off. Tell me. Because you saw her at BravoCon, right?
I saw her at BravoCon and I don't know. To me, she just looks crazy. She's just too much. I think she has a huge ego. At least obviously I didn't speak to her at BravoCon, but that's just how she comes off to me in the show. I don't know. The Grand Dame, it's too much, in my opinion.
Was the wig just not the right tone, color, fit, or just the whole shebang?
Just the whole thing. Just the whole thing. I don't know.
I've always been messing with those wigs. Do you remember the episode years and years ago when they're at the picnic table and her wig was sliding and she was adjusting it on camera and everyone was like, and she's like, wait, I think I got it. And that thing was moving all around. And then she just left it. And then she finally got it in the right spot and just left. And everyone was like, oh, wow.
Like, yeah. I mean, I'm all about changing your hair color. I think wigs are super fun.
Agreed.
But I mean, it just, if it doesn't look right, it doesn't look right. I don't know. Okay. So then we see Ashley. Ashley now has her big, beautiful new house, her new $2 million house, which Michael's name is still on that mortgage. I mean, it really sounds like he's helping her out quite a bit financially. I know she says she's really not rushing for that divorce, probably because she doesn't want to stop that money coming in. I don't know. What do you think about that? Is Ashley ever going to break free, or is Michael going to have to be the one to just be like, yeah, enough is enough?
I think Michael's going to have to do it because, to your point, with Robin, lifestyle is something that's hard to let go of. But I just imagine at the signing, you go in the escrow, you do all these things, and when you actually sign, I just picture her having the contract just like in her crotch, like, go ahead, sign right here, Michael. Like, you just bought everything. It's all yours until I can figure out how to pay for a house that I can't afford. And it just goes to like the lifestyle and what you'll do to put it up. But to me, it's not worth it.
No, I'm sorry. And then she says she is with those boys by herself, and then it just goes to the nanny. Nothing against having a nanny, but I mean, come on, just own it. And also, who's paying for that nanny?
Michael and the coochie. The coocie's paying for it so that Michael will write the check. That's how that works.
I don't know. Is that still going on? I mean, she was making it say that's done deal. I don't know.
I don't believe it. I don't.
Because why else would he be paying her mortgage, right? Why would they already be divorced?
Because there's nothing in it for him to give her money. They have a prenup, and by the prenup, she gets nothing. So why wouldn't he just be like, I'm out? Breadcrumbs, little breadcrumbing. Come back every once in a while. Not too much. Every once in a while.
Well, then we saw your favorite Giselle. But see, I don't know. I like Giselle. I mean, I am hoping Giselle is really going to have something interesting to talk about this season. As we saw, I mean, so far that seems to be the case, as she is now dating Jason from Winter House. He was on Winter House for several seasons. He started really showing up in the blogs when he started dating Lindsay from Summer House. This again was a couple of years ago. They dated for a pretty brief time. But yeah. I mean, but Jason, attractive guy, model. He is 16 years younger than Giselle. I personally am happy to see Giselle happy. She seems excited for something. I mean, I don't know. What's your take on that?
I agree with you. Giselle to me is very, very boring. And, outside of the girls and her fibroids, there was nothing much going on. So it's good to have a little tenderoni around so she has something to talk about. But I keep wondering, like, Giselle, you're going to get interesting? Is it like, are we going to dive into this whole Jason, Giselle thing? What is it? May, December type of thing or what? Because I just think it's so boring. Beautiful. Don't get me wrong. Boring. It's when she comes on, it's everything for me not to mute. And I just rather watch paint dry because that's what it's like.
She does have a very monotone voice. Not a whole lot of excitement coming from Giselle.
But one of these days, I want to talk about Giselle and how many fights she is with the other cast members. Like, woo!
Yeah, she is always kind of into some beef with most of the cast, isn't she? At one point or another, it seems like she kind of rotates cast members.
Because the whole, can I jump ahead? Is that okay?
Please.
The whole, I don't remember why she and Wendy fell out. I think I remember why she and Candace fell out. Never understood why she and Karen fell out. Okay, that's 3 that I can.
Well, I think with Wendy, it was because she was speculating about the husband cheating, and that's why she got all that plastic surgery to keep him interested. So, I don't know. I mean,
That is horrible.
it's horrible. Yes.
Okay.
But yeah, her and Karen, I don't know. Her and Karen have a long history of not getting along.
All right.
Whoa. Sorry, that was my Apple Watch chiming in, I guess.
Apple Watch is like, yeah, she's boring. Oh, she's so boring.
Okay. Mia. Oh, Mia. Last season she was living in that big house. She was a CEO of the company that she and her husband owned together. And what I guess I didn't realize until the reunion is that her husband was involved with his brothers, right? So the brothers were on the board of the company, and it sounds like they just voted him out. I mean, so now obviously Mia doesn't work there anymore. It seems like they have no real income. They had to majorly downsize back to a condo. I mean, what do you think happened there?
I have no idea. I didn't realize it was a family-run corporation, because I did do a little Google digging. Supposedly he's worth upwards of I want to say $100 million or something crazy. But it's quite a substantial, maybe not 100, but it's a nice little tidy sum, and it made it seem like he had several different income streams. So I was surprised and confused that his brothers kicked him off. Okay, but that resulted in them having to downsize to the extent that they have. It's like, what? So I'm confused. I'm waiting for more.
What I think the blogs are saying is that he could have been embezzling some of that money to support that lifestyle. Remember last season, he was talking about that custom G-Wagon for Mia. I mean, so
I forgot about that. Okay, but the way they used money was baffling. You're renting a house, so you go and do a bunch of improvements on a rented house?
Yeah, that doesn't make any sense. None. Yeah. I don't know. I'm sure more to come with that as the season unfolds. But then Mia and her, oh, I'm not drinking. No, I'm not drinking anymore. Oh, wait a minute. But I'll still have some wine. That is still drinking. Do not offend people who are sober. That's ridiculous. Just say I don't drink hard alcohol anymore because I can't handle it. Fine, but just don't come off as you're
that was quick because she showed her ass last season.
Yeah, I think she threw that drink at Wendy.
Oh, that's right.
But then again, if we're taking it back to last season, Mia was saying that Wendy was hooking up with Peter, Cynthia Bailey's ex-husband from Atlanta. So I mean, you can't be surprised if someone throws a drink at your face if you're going to be saying some shit like that.
Were they hooking up, or was Peter mad at Wendy because she came to town and didn't call him or something? I thought it was something along those lines.
I think it was that because Peter was going to invest. Well, they had discussions about investing in Wendy's bar or whatever it was that she was thinking about opening up. And then Mia was like, oh no, Peter's one of our best friends, and they were hooking up. She was just, I don't know, starting a bunch of stuff. So
all right, Mia.
Candace, we saw Candace discussion.
Candace's mama's back. I was waiting for the dig. And she did a little surface dig when she asked about Chris, like, what's he doing, as Candace was getting ready to ask for money because she spent so much money on this tour. And her reply was, he's doing cooking classes online. Ugh.
Okay, what the heck does Candace's mom do? How does Candace's mom, like, where's all this money coming from? Is she supporting her daughter on a tour? I mean, that is
Candace's
massive amounts of money.
her mom was like a therapist or something. And then she remarried in the stepfather. So I don't know how the stepfather factors in. But remember, for a long time, she paid Candace's and Chris's mortgage.
See, okay, if I was her mom, I would also be extremely resentful, and I probably wouldn't like Chris either.
He's
I
not
mean,
pulling his weight. Oh, okay, let me back up. Do we think Chris is pulling his weight?
it sure doesn't give you that impression on the show. I mean, we see him doing a little catering business. I shouldn't say a little catering business. I mean, that's just what it showed, is that he was preparing for some kind of an event. I think that was last season or the season before, maybe.
Before.
And other than that, we just kind of see Chris hanging out, going on picnics. I mean, drinking. You know, I mean, it's just, maybe he just has a lot of time off. I don't, which then would explain why there's no money for the mortgage and for the tours.
What does he have? He has 3 or 4 kids, though, right?
I thought he had 2, but maybe we need to.
Because one, he doesn't have contact with, or something like, okay, we need to research it because I know he's got kids. So if he's paying child support, he got no money.
That's true. I mean, I don't know, but I can understand why the mom is frustrated if that is the case.
Yeah.
Okay, so end of the episode, we see at Giselle's house, a couple of the ladies are over there. They are all getting ready for Robin's arrival, right? So we have Giselle, we have Ashley, and we have Charisse. Okay, everyone's sitting there waiting for her arrival. It just shows Robin slowly walking down, I don't know, the driveway. I don't even know, like
path or something.
I don't even know what that is. But yeah, it's showing her give a long walk as everyone's just kind of staring at her so she doesn't, fall down that path. And then it's almost like, I don't know, a polite interrogation, I guess I would say. I mean, I don't know. What my takeaway from all these ladies really pressing Robin about Juan. They're bringing things up. They're like, but do you really believe this stuff with the lady and him hanging out at the nail salon and, whatever? All of these ladies are triggered by this because all of them have been cheated on. And I think all of them are kind of like, it's kind of like looking at her like they're the big sister kind of a thing, right? Like they want to be protective of Robin because they're like, it happened to me with these same kind of signs.
But Robin's a grown up, and this is the second time around for her. And from experience, the more you tell someone not to do something, the more likely they're going to do something and dig in. And what do we see? She's digging in. I will say the person that I thought was really vulnerable was Charisse.
Yeah. Yes.
That I felt for her because I can remember, and this is probably an old episode that I watched. And she was talking about how her husband, Eddie, he was a basketball coach or something of that nature, would just, he would cheat and he would go. And one day he left and never came back.
Awful.
Horrible. And she endured quite a bit. And she talks about what she gave up and the moves. And in the end, he walked.
Mm-hmm.
And so I think when she was really like, look, this is what happened to me. Don't want it to happen to you. I thought that was heartfelt. Giselle, I think, was there for the TV cameras.
I agree. Yes. Yeah. I mean, Shamiz did really seem genuinely affected by it. Like she really wanted to help Robin out for sure.
Yep. Ashley, I never know why Ashley's there because Ashley, you a hoe.
But just own it, right? Don't pretend to be whatever. Just own it.
I feel like we got an arrangement. I like my lifestyle.
Well, it sounds like they did. And then she decided she wanted to change that arrangement once she became a mother, right?
Now they have a new arrangement. It's been updated.
Oh, the new arrangement. Oh my gosh. Yes. Well, more to come for next week's episode. Every Tuesday, we will be doing our take of the episodes. Right now, we're doing Real Housewives of Potomac. Please follow us on YouTube at Sequin Sisters and also follow us on Instagram at Sequin Sisters _reality check. Thank you so much for listening. I am Christy Ercolino.
I'm Dion. We'll see you next time, folks. Bye.